Howdy folks, Tetsu here, down in lower tiers where the power's low, but the battles are fierce. And today I'll be continuing my self-proclaimed quest to archive all the battles during the first 7U tournament, which thereby hope to bring light to the tier and possibly help it grow. So join me as we head down to the LB and observe those who've gained an elimination in the first 2 rounds. Our combatants this time will be Julian113 versus Martinvtran, with Julian113 having lost to Tyler Fitz 8 in the first round, and Martinvtran losing to Ice Yazu in the second. With an elimination each, they now battle it out to see who gets the boot. Either way, their skill should be witnessed here today by both myself and you, the viewer. If you happen to enjoy the video, I humbly request you click that like button. Also subscribe and click that bell if you want to be notified for later uploads. Working together, we can bring more attention to this fascinating metagame. With all that said, let's begin. Alright, match 3, game 1 of the LB round 1. Let's play lead metagame. Martin going with Ivysaur, and Rattata coming from Julian113. I don't believe that they had that before, so this is a new one. It does get put to sleep after it does a massive amount of damage to Ivysaur. Charmeleon switched in to tank a Razor Leaf and goes for a slash on the incoming Tentacle that winds up just getting sacked. That's strange. Charmeleon for Martin comes in with a body slam as counter misses from Julian. It then goes for the body slam, paralyzes Martin's Charmeleon. Fire Blast hits in retaliation. Paralysis, and Julian goes for a counter, now goes for a slash, and Martin goes for a counter to finish off Julian's. Tentacle comes in, finishes off Charmeleon, which gets sacked, and Voltorb is now in. Goes for a Thunderbolt on the incoming Ivy. Gets switched out for Martin's Ivysaur, which gets put to sleep. Ooh. Golbat coming in as Swords Dance goes off from Julian. Double Edge, critical hit, winds up taking it down to 28% HP. Body Slam, no paralysis from Ivysaur. Double Edge on Rattata is switched in. Hyper Beam misses. Rattata does not wake up, and Hyper Beam takes it out. Tentacle coming from Julian as Voltorb is switched in, tanking a Blizzard. That is bad. Voltorb does quite a bit of damage and paralyzed Tentacle, but Surf finishes off Voltorb. Meowth from Martin takes on Tentacle, which gets sacked for Hitmonchan to come in without any issue. Hitmonchan going for the speed of agility as Golbat was switched in. A critical hit finishes off Golbat. Submission goes for Meowth, but it misses, slash hits, and Submission finally takes out the cat. With Ivysaur being asleep, there's nothing Martin can do, and Hitmonchan is going to finish it off with an Seismic Toss. Very well played. On to game 2. Alright. Lead metagame. Tentacle coming out for Martin, and Rattata once again, for Julian. Hitmonchan is sent in for Super Fang to take it out, and Submission winds up finishing Rattata. I mean, finishes off Meow, so why not? Hitmonchan does get put to sleep by the incoming Ivysaur for the switched in Ivysaur, but Charmeleon gets switched to tank a Razor Leaf. Does a slash on Julian's Charmeleon as is switched in. Body Slam. Too bad that wasn't a counter on the Rhyhorn that was switched in by Martin. Ivysaur tanks a Earthquake. Charmeleon tanks a Razor Leaf from Martin. Well, from Julian. As Ivysaur is finished off. Meowth for Julian is switched in. Finishes off the Hitmonchan. Now that sleep isn't an issue. Tentacle, Sleep Powder goes down. Does not work. Blizzard hits. Sleep Powder misses again for Martin. It has to switch out to their own Tentacle, and that is a critical hit Blizzard on the Tentacle as it is switched in, which is bad enough. Ooh, crit wrap. A little bit of revenge, I suppose. Because that was pretty damn painful. Getting hit at all is one thing, but at the very least, I suppose it didn't get frozen. Hydro Pump from Julian, trying to make up the damage, as Tentacle's wrap slowly whittles down its opposing Mon's health. Another Hydro Pump. Martin misses. Hydro Pump from Julian takes down Martin's Tentacle as Meowth is switched in and Tentacle is sacked to the incoming slash. Hitmonchan, now from Julian, Slash comes in, submission finishes off Meowth, bringing Hitmonchan to 39 HP, due, of course, to recoil. Charmeleon from Martin takes out Hitmonchan, and Julian sends in their own. Slash on the Rhyhorn. Fire Blast, do we see a burn? No burn, so Charmeleon is finished off. And Meowth comes in, but all of Martin's Mons are in a really precarious situation. Rhyhorn goes down to Bubble Beam, Slash on Ivysaur, takes it out. Charmeleon has a chance. Do we see a counter? Do we see a counter? No, it's a Fire Blast! Meowth gets burned, but it doesn't matter because Slash crits, and Charmeleon goes down. Ouch. Now, to be fair, I don't know if Slash would have. That's a good question. So, what did we learn? As a Mon, Rattata is pretty interesting. First thing I noticed was its excellent coverage. Having access to moves like Thunderbolt, Blizzard, and Bubble Beam gives this Bucktooth Furball a lot to work with. It even has a decent amount of stab options in Double Edge, Body Slam, and Hyper Fang. Something else is Rattata being able to use Super Fang, a move that does exactly half the opponent's current HP, meaning, on paper, nothing can really wall it. So, does it really make a good lead? What upsides does it have? It has a couple. With a base speed of 72, it actually beats out Tentacle, which is decent on its own and has a chance at 2-hit KOing it with Double Edge. The coverage it has also means very little switched in is going to be unharmed, at least. Where does it fall off, though? Mainly its bulk holds it back. Rattata suffers from the Charmeleon issue, that being OHKO'd by Hydro Pump. While not a guarantee, to be fair, it's still pretty high, an 89.7% chance to be clear. And though it has amazing coverage, it has a glaring problem, that being base 25 special. In comparison, Rhyhorn has a base special of 30. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Combine that with a base defense stat of 35, and Rattata is incredibly squishy. Of the most common Mons we've seen so far, most if not all can 2-hit Rattata, where with Super Fang it can at best do 3. So if Rattata is leading, more than likely it's going down. The only thing it can hope for is to do as much damage as possible before it does. Yes, Counter can miss. For those who are curious about if Counter would have OHKO'd Meowth on that final slash, I did some calcing, and sadly no. Going from 57% to 15% was 134 to 135 points of damage, so at most, Counter would have brought Meowth down to 3%. Close, but no cigar. With the match over, Martinvtran is officially kicked from the first 7U tournament, while Julian113 will be continuing on trying to stay in the tournament running. How long is that gonna be? Only time will tell. And if you happen to have found the video interesting, why not join in on the fun? I've got all the necessary links down in the description, from the Discord to the Resource Hub. Hope to see you there, and until next time everybody, take care. Bye!